put a finger on my sister. Guaranteed your head pop, pop, pop just like blister. I might smile and grin, but trust me, darling, when it comes.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. It's your girl Miss Sydz, and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be testing out the latest collaboration with Makeup Revolution featuring Sophie, or Sophie Does Nails, Sophie Does Live. And this is not her first collaboration, this is her third one, which she has come up with a eyeshadow palette, also a mini travel size eyeshadow palette, 2 lip duos, which has a lip pencil and a lip balm, and also 3 highlighters, I believe. So I'm going to test out some goodies today. I'm actually really excited just to sit down and just film some content and play with some makeup as per. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. I actually decided just to get her big eyeshadow palette, which is called the Sugar Spice eyeshadow palette. The mini travel size one that she has is actually, I can't remember how many pans are in the mini one, but she basically has her most popular eyeshadows from her previous eyeshadow palette, which was Extra Spice, I believe. And I used to have that, and I actually filmed it 3 years ago, which the quality when I look back is just horrendous. Personally, for me, for someone that doesn't really appreciate eyeshadows like that, I didn't see the point of me getting the smaller version, so I just went and get the big one instead, which retails for £12. She came up with 2 lip duos. The first one's more of like a peachy nudie shade, and the second one is called Toffee Drizzle, which has more of a deeper, darker reddish brown lip pencil and obviously a matching lip balm. And then lastly, I picked up a highlighter. She did actually have a highlighter, I believe, in her first launch, and a lot of people love those highlighters, but none of them shades were really dark skin friendly, so I obviously want to pick up this one to see if it is dark skin friendly. Base is pretty much done. We are looking a little bit flat and a little bit pasty right now because I've got normal to dry skin. I put on a matte foundation today, so I'll probably look a little bit more pasty as usual. Only thing that I need to do is apply my blush and my highlighter. So I'm actually going to apply the highlighter first. Weirdly enough, I always apply my highlighter after when I do my eyes, but I'm actually going to apply the highlighter first. There's a little bit of disclaimer, guys. I am once again filming this quite late. It's already after 8 o'clock in the evening, so there's still a little bit of daylight, but if you do see a dramatic change in lighting, it's because by the time I finish this video, it's probably going to be nighttime, as in like the sunlight's going to be gone. So there's a little disclaimer about that, girl. For blush, I want to go for something a bit more subtle. I am in love with this blush from Relove, which is also by Revolution. This is the blush and the highlighter duo in the shade Baby. I do have a replacement, guys, so I know a lot of you lot was probably screaming at me thinking, why did I throw away my highlighter? But I've got the replacement, so that's good news. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this. At this current moment, Revolution are doing a 3 for 2. So pretty much these 3 items was the price of 2. And I just want to say thank you so much to makeupwithalixkate, Alex with an I. She had a VIP access link, so you know I had to cop that, support her. So I actually got my goodies, or purchased my goodies before launch date, so thank you very much for that, girl. Honey Glaze is described as peachy and golden brown tone highlighters suitable for medium to deep skin tones. So let's just see if that's true. So all the packaging are now in cardboard, which is really nice and economically friendly. I'm actually intrigued to see what it looks like in person. Oh, okay. Ooh, so it's got a nice little mirror. It's got like a rose packaging inside as well, and it's got her S, and this is what the highlighters look like. So they're very different shades for one duo, which I actually like that. I wish she actually came up with a blush and a highlighter. Okay, this one feels really nice. Okay. Ooh, nice formula, like that. Okay. Peachy tone. Ooh, this one feels really nice and soft. So that one's definitely more softer than the first one. Ooh, okay. Go on. So those are the 2 highlighter shades from the duo. Please excuse that, that's just obviously makeup, you know how I say. But yeah, those are the 2 duos. So this is actually a really nice gold. It is a proper gold. And this is definitely like a peachy, rosy gold shade. So they look really, really nice. I think I'm actually going to apply 1 shade on each side. So I'm going to go in with this gold one. Okay, right. Okay, I've applied so much. Don't judge me. Filming purposes. It's got a hint of yellow, like a hint of yellow undertone, but it's not overly whelming. It doesn't look texturizing. Now I do have a mole there, so that always is going to look very awkward when I apply highlighter, but yeah, the formula doesn't seem texturizing, which I like, because personally for me, when it comes to highlighters, I'm starting to creep back loving my highlighters these days, and I don't really like highlighters that emphasize my textures, and this actually doesn't. It looks really, really nice and flattering actually. Very nice. I'm gonna blend that out a little bit later with my blush, just to bring it down from a 10 to a 2. On a clean brush, once again, I'm gonna go into the peachy shade. Wow, wow. Right, so this shade is nice. It probably looks a little bit silvery on camera, especially obviously having the lighting reflect on it, but in person it doesn't look that ashy. Now I wouldn't obviously allow this to sit on top of my blush like this. I would definitely have to blend it in, and I think they will look really nice mixed together. I'll probably say this shade is more for the medium skin tones, and these are like more of like a dark skin tone, possibly deep people them. That would just look like ash feel. One in particular blended with the blush looks so much better now. Like, yeah, I'm liking that vibe. Still applied a little bit too much for my liking, but obviously filming purposes, so you know. Okay, I had to get a cushion. I felt like I was a little bit too low. Short girl problems. But anyway, let's get on to the eyeshadow palette. And this is what she looks like. So obviously the same sort of cohesive theme across the board with all her collaborations with the Soph and the X. Okay, so my initial reaction is like, how to explain this? This looks very similar to all her other collaborations. I would say her first one had more neutral browns. Second one got a little bit more colourful, but a little bit more depth with colour. This one looks similar to Sugar Spice. Is it Sugar Spice or Extra Spice? Backside, what's this one called again? This is Sugar Spice. Okay, so I think the previous one was Extra Spice, but with less browns and more pastels. But it's oh, it looks very cute on camera though. Go on, it looks really nice though. So the shade names inside as well, which she pretty much carry the same sort of theme because she does love her food, her sweets and all that goodness. So you will see quite a lot of shades are like similar to her other palettes. But yeah, this is what the palette is looking like now. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You guys know me already. I struggle when it comes to being creative with eyeshadows because we can't take them, but really want to use that purple shade though. That purple shade looks really nice. Let me swatch the palette first and show you guys the swatches, and then hopefully that will help navigate what I want to do with this palette because I am struggling. Okay guys, so this is the whole entire palette swatch gem. I'm actually kind of impressed, you know. I mean, there's some shades that would just not really work well on me personally, like the lilac shade here, which I think is called Lockdown. I love this blue, but I just wish that it was a deeper blue because that's the only sort of matte blue that you have in the palette. I was impressed with the green though. The green is swatched really, really nicely. This shimmer shade, I believe is called Dreamy. Beautiful sort of duochrome purple iridescent shade. This gold one called Not Gonna Lie, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the most pigmented, silky, reflective gold shimmer I've come across in Revolution's palette. So I was very impressed by the black as well, very pigmented. Papa was a little bit shy, so I had to swatch her twice, but then Lover was a beautiful shade, and Extra Spice is the similar red that she had in her previous palette, but it is more red than the previous one because it was more of a pinky red. And yeah, these are all the swatches, so I still don't know what I'm gonna do. I still don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I've actually decided that I'm just gonna do one look on both eyes, and I think I'm gonna play around with like the reds, oranges and yellows, only because when I'm testing out the XX Flex palettes, and obviously it's got the blue, pink, neutrals and greens, I thought let me just try and do another look that's going to be different to these palettes, if that makes sense. I have used the Revolution Ultimate Eye Base Primer, which is a really, really good primer, and personally when I do use like a vibrant shade especially on my skin tone, I have to manipulate it. So I use the shade Light, which is obviously the lightest one. I think the first shade I'm gonna go in is Extra Spice, which is obviously the red shade in the palette. Just gonna pat this on first and then blend out afterwards. I think I'm actually gonna do both of my eyes on camera at the same time, you know. Look at me and my bad self. I'm gonna get my Morphe M41 brush and just slightly blend out the edges. Okay, so I think I want to go in with the purple, then the orange. I think I'm going to try and do something different, you know. I'm going to go into Pepper, which is the purple matte shade. I might F this up, you know, but I'm just gonna try. Literally just try to do a little something, girl. Okay, so she actually applies much better than swatching. This is where sometimes swatching is not always the best way to figure out what the pigmentation is like with an eyeshadow. Okay, so now I'm going to actually add a bit of that orange, which is Cocktail. Okay, oh yeah, so she is actually quite a bright orange. It's got that sort of neon orange effect. I don't know who I think I am, you know, today. Lord God help me, sir. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of Sunshine. And I'm gonna apply this somewhere. I need to take myself serious, okay. I'm gonna apply this. Sunshine is not, I don't know, she's really faint. So she's not really doing a lot for me. I'm gonna keep going. Don't wanna apply too much yellow next to the purple because yellow and purple makes brown. So I don't really want to change the tone of that purple. But yeah, the yellow Sunshine, she is a pretty shade, but she's a shade for me where I would use just to blend out shadow, not to really use as a shade on its own, if that makes sense. Only because she's just a little bit shy. She's not giving me the depth that I need on my melanin. So now we're looking like a little tropical bird. Am I gonna semi-cut my crease? So I've done my half cut creases, which probably looks really, really crazy, but I am gonna use a little bit of Cookie Dough. Cookie Dough is this shade here. So she's quite cool tone. I like the fact that I always refer makeup as she and her, but I'm gonna use this just to help with the blending once again around my brows. I'm very tempted to put a black on my outer V, you know, but I'm gonna see how I get on. Definitely wanna go in with Not Gonna Lie, which is this gold shade here. Like this. Oh yes, 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 yes. If you apply a little bit too much, because where it's quite putty, if you apply a little bit too much, it may get a little bit crumbly, but I really do like that shade. And the fact that I applied that with just the brush as well, not even my finger, I'm actually really, really impressed. I'm gonna go in with Mirror Ball, which is this one, which is this shade here. Yep, I like that shade. Don't know if you lot can see it on camera, but she's cute. She's more of like a champagne gold. I have actually decided I'm gonna add a little bit of the black in my outer V. I just feel like I want a little bit of darkness. Don't ask me why, just gonna do it. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of Extra Spice and Night Owl. Just a tap, don't mess up the look. Yeah, she's giving me that spice. Hey. Hey, hey, that black, yeah, she done it for me. Yeah, yeah, that black did it for me. I just felt like there was just something missing. I'm gonna add a little bit on my lower lash line, so I'm just gonna use the mixture of that Extra Spice and a black once again along my lower lash line, but I'm gonna mainly focus on the outer portion. And I feel like I wanna use a little bit of Lover. So I'm gonna use a little bit of that pink shade. Dreamy. I'm actually using more shades than I expected in this video, to be honest, but I'm gonna use a little bit of Dreamy. Ooh. Yeah, ooh, damn. I feel once you get your lashes on, it will just tie the look together. And yeah, the last thing that we need to test out is the lip duos, and then we're done. Okay, so the lashes are on. Now we're just gonna apply some lip products. So I'm gonna quickly just wipe off the rest of the lip gloss that I had on earlier. When Sophie actually done her last collaboration, she came up with 3 new lipsticks, and I still have some of them to this day. So I was surprised but not surprised that she came up with balms, because she has been enjoying balms lately. So these are the components, which look quite luxe to be fair for the price of £8. I got the shade or the set Toffee Drizzle, I believe. I don't know where the box is now. The only thing about these lip liners, I don't like this lip liner in general from Revolution. I love the shade Glory, but these lip liners, they're not your regular pencils. I just don't really have any luck with them whatsoever. Which is slanted, which looks like this. Obviously it's not going to give you a huge tint, so you're not really going to see it on my skin tone, to be honest. But you can probably see it. You probably see a little tint there. That's the lip balm. Now the only thing about lip balms, with us melanin people, we tend to have, you know, I don't like to say discoloration because to get shot for that. We have pigment in our lips. Our lips are not naturally just pink. Not, some of us are, but a lot of us don't have that natural blushy rosy pink lips. So as you can see with mine, it's quite brown on the outer perimeter, and you might see a little pink in the center. So I'm actually going to swatch this without the lip liner just to see what it's like. But for us that has like the darkness on our lips, it's just going to look like a normal plain regular schmegger Vaseline. But it feels really nice. I actually like the texture of it. It actually feels really nice. You can kind of see a little bit of a rose in this. Let me just take this off and let me apply the lip liner to see what it looks like. I look like I'm screaming out for a brown lip liner. So we're gonna get right down to the tea, how I feel about this collaboration. So the lip duos are really cute. I like them, I really like the packaging, very luxe. It doesn't actually feel like a drugstore lip duo. So I actually really like it. Me personally, this is not really my favorite type of lip combo. Don't like Revolution's pencils in general, so it's nothing to do with Sophie's collab, but I just never really agree with these pencils, because whenever I sharpen them, they never go back to its original form. They just keep breaking and breaking and breaking, hence why I stopped buying the Glory lip liner, which is the dark brown. I think I would just use it on its own, to be honest. I don't really see myself using a lip liner underneath to get any color. I will just use this on top of my lips, because on the days when I don't wear no makeup and things like that, this will be really nice to travel with and just to have a little bit of a moisturizing balm on the lips. So I would see myself using this. However, from a consumer perspective, with my mindset, I probably wouldn't have got it. Does that make sense? Because I'm more of a gloss person than a lip balm. So it's either basic Vaseline, gloss, then lipstick. I don't really do balms. Highlighter duo, I actually really like this highlighter duo. I think she is pretty stunning. I'm very curious to see what it's like mixing both of these shades. And now I'm applying while I'm meant to do my rundown. Yeah, definitely with my makeup. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Dark skin, you can get away using this depending what your vibe is. I personally will use it on a warm tone blush so I can merge the shades together. Obviously your dark skin, then this shade would be more flattering. Deep dark skin, definitely this shade only, and depending what blush that you use, because you don't want it to look like that cast effect. You don't want the cast effect, if that makes sense. So definitely say this is more medium to dark skin friendly. I love the formula, very pigmented, blends out flawlessly, hardly any kickback as well, and I like the fact that it's not texturizing but is beaming at the same time. So this is probably like my favorite part of the collection. I definitely will say that I can use this on a regular basis, 100%. So the eyeshadow palette is definitely for the younger audience that love their colors, all that goodness there. This is what you're gonna get from this palette. I really do appreciate she's got a white and a black, so you can customize your shades as well. My favorite part of this palette, weirdly enough, I would actually say the shimmer shades, because I do love mattes, but the shimmers in this palette are stunning. I was actually surprised how well they performed, how pigmented and void they were. Some of them are a little bit more putty and cushiony, so you may find a tendency that it will probably like leave that sort of dent and print. Some of them shades you would probably find it better to apply with your fingers, because if you apply it with a dry brush, especially if you've got wrinkly eyelids like myself or folds on your lids, they can crumble a little bit. So the foiled or the shimmer shades do have a little bit of fallout, but I am obsessed. Like, I can't remember the last time I've come across like these type of shadows, shimmer shadows from Revolution. Some of the mattes are very beautiful, but for me, when you use these matte shades primarily on its own, like the yellows, the orange, the greens, the blues, they don't have that depth for us, if that makes sense. There's not a lot of depth when it comes to dark skin. These shades are very beautiful and they are naturally the shades that I am attracted to, but they just don't have enough depth. If it was one deeper blue and one that kind of blue, and you know, vice versa, it will be easier for me to use. And I think that's why I struggled to create a look, because some of these shades are on more of the pale pastel side, but I still managed to do a little something, you know. That black definitely did help, can't even lie. Overall, the palette is beautiful. I do feel like it's pretty much a similar theme across the board from all her collaborations in general. To be honest, she is going to create a palette that she's going to love. That's the most important thing. So I do understand where she was going with this palette, but with £12 as well, I can't lie, that's a good price point, girl. But yeah, if Sophie would ever watch this video, which I probably doubt she would, but if she ever comes across this video, I wanted to say a huge congratulations to you, baby girl. Like, you've been doing your thing for a long time. Such a good, huge accomplishment. Well done to you. Yeah guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think about this collaboration. If you watched this video from beginning to end, thank you so much. Make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot. Check the description box below for all the details, and I would love to see you guys in my next video. Bye.
And boom, that on the tune like big up my sisters.